In my personal experiences, I've dated interracially and interculturally. I've dated a um, Black Brazilian, was Brazilian American. I've dated a Jamaican American. I've dated a Nigerian American and a white American. But the thing that I recognize in all of those dynamics, and only one of those, the Brazilian relationship, did they actually know enough about their culture to share it with me. All the other ones were like, yeah, this is what I am, but I don't claim it. I don't know much about it. I'm like, my people cook the food and I eat the food, but I can't really tell you about the culture. Um, and that's kind of sad now that I think about it. But and that's one of the things that I do recognize for me. I enjoy learning about other cultures. So in that sense, dating interculturally, I don't have any issues with that. I feel like the biggest cons are things that can be overcome, but it depends on the person and how open they are to other cultures, right?
Yeah.
So, I think another pro to dating interracially or interculturally is like an increased sense of awareness. Like we talked about in the last episode about monogamy and polyamory and having to be self-aware in order to be in that kind of dynamic. And I think the same thing kind of applies to interracial and intercultural, because you have to be aware of your own biases, your own discrimination, your social issues. Like you have to be aware of all that stuff before you get into a relationship with somebody who is different from you, put it that way, right? Especially when you're thinking in the long term, like bringing this person home to meet your family. Like if you know that your family is not accepting of other cultures, that's something that you should be very aware of and be prepared for, and prepare your partner for if that's the road that you choose to go down. Because I think you're doing your partner a huge disservice to know that, okay, I'm whatever culture I am and my parents are not going to accept you, but I'm going to jump into this relationship and I'm going to invite you to meet my parents. And oh, surprise, day of, yeah, they hate people outside our culture, but you'll be great. You'll do fine. They'll love you. No, that's that self-awareness piece. That face, what's that face saying, Mike?
That face saying, that's something I'm an improvisational person, so that to me is an enjoying experience, because then I'm just
that sounds like anxiety.
No, to me it's like it's like, oh goody, I get to push boundaries of unknown territory. The fun. I enjoy it. I look forward to it because then it's like, oh, he's not bad, but he's black. I still don't like him. But he's not a bad guy. He's just black. I don't like him. I'm just like, oh, well, I got you to like me.
Yeah, I've had somebody say that to me. Like I have, this other person said this. I've come in contact with people who were straight up racist, but because they sat down and they talked with me, like I was the coolest black person they knew, and I was so proud of myself. And I was just like, yeah, I don't think I want to be that person. That's not the title that I want. Like,
that's not the
you're
title.
The one black person I like. No,
yeah.
I don't want that one. Don't want it.
You know what I mean? But it's like you can't. Like, unfortunately, that's the task of, like, when it comes to that interracial friends circle expectation.
Yeah.
Navigating through this, especially in America. I mean, well, this is a giant melting pot to a certain degree, but that cultural dating thing, and especially for us as black people, we're always either going to be fetishized or basically they like us because of our character, but then the family doesn't like us, period, whether we're Caribbean, whether we're island black or black American or just black people. We're going outside. And we're loving and we're dating everybody else, and we're dating outside of our culture and our race, and it's like different. But at the same point in time, are they going to accept us for us? Or are we just another fetish?
A novelty.
Yeah, that kind of thing. I mean, that's the thing you have to think about it. And I'm not sure if anybody has that discussion with their partner, whoever is dating or married to. It's like, was that conversation had at one point in time? I don't think so.
But how do you have that conversation? Like, because whether it's that person who all I date, like I'm a white guy and all I date is black girls, or I'm a white guy and I've never dated a black girl before, you're the first. Like both of those things could be a fetish thing. And how do you address that conversation like day one? So is this a fetish, or like what is it that you like about women of color? Like how do you have that conversation?
I mean, for women, I don't know how women have that conversation. For men, I don't even know. To me, it's just like, I asked that question. You ever dated a black guy before? Yeah, cool. What do you like about it? There's that question I'm asking. What do you like about dating black men? I don't tell me. I got to hear it for myself to get an
Yeah.
understanding of what is it about that you like. I mean, some of it sounds flattering, some of it sounds fetishized. I'm just like,
So what does a fetishized, that word just sounds so weird. What does a
yeah.
fetishized response sound like? Like what would be some red flags I'd be like, oh, maybe this person is
I mean, as far as there's always going to be a red flag too, because that's so. I mean, I'm not sure if it's a bad thing to be desired and fetishized or whatever, but I mean, to me, I think it's like, no, I've never done it before.
so yeah. And that's for me, like I don't want to be somebody's experiment. Like this is my first time. I've always looked at, them from a distance, but I've never dated one, and now I'm just intrigued. Like, I'm flattered, but is this the boat that I want to get into? I don't know about that. I don't know. Um, yeah, no, I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
it's and then it's the conversation talking points on top of that too. It's like, okay, cool. So, all right, you haven't, but now you're interested in it, and I'm your first. Okay, what is it about me that made you want to partake on this journey of joining the chocolate? I mean, what is it? The conversation.
right.
And to me, like, hey, I'm a disruptor, so I'm definitely going to see what's up. I'm asking questions. I'm asking all kinds of odd, weird questions. You either gonna be okay with it, or you gonna be like, nah, this ain't it for me. By all means, I'm hitting it where it hurts. I gotta ask these questions. I gotta know. That's just my character. Whether
Right.
it hurts my feelings or not, I gotta know. Like, what's up? What is this? What am I to you? What? Why are you even with me? Even when I'm dating somebody that is not of a different culture, I'm asking those questions anyways, because it's like I'm looking for that. I'm looking for that universal red flag altogether. But then I'm also trying to understand where the red flag is coming from.
Right.
And dating outside of quote unquote my race is is not so much of a try. It is a challenge because I've dated people where it's like the simplest things. I'm like, no, you don't like. Listen, when you come into a Haitian household, you got to speak to people, and I got to and it's like usually when it's not a customary thing to a lot of people, I guess, to speak
Right.
when you come around
Right.
people, and so it's like you would think. I'm assuming that's a natural, universal behavior, but it's not. So then that involves the coaching. It's like, listen, okay, cool. So kids are probably gonna run up to you, right? Give you a hug. Don't freak out. Other people
Right.
like you're gonna have elders come up to you. Their face is kind of sweaty. Suck it up. Okay, just wipe down after the fact. Is whatever. And then for the most part, handshaking is not so much. Hugs you will get. Hugs are expected. I'm sorry. Either you giving it, it'll be welcome, or you're receiving it, it'll also be a good thing. But if you give it, it'll give you brownie points in the whole. It means you're family orientated and you're kind of sort of friendly, but you're not too friendly, but you're respectful. So it's a whole lot of coaching, and then it's just like you look at them, and I remember trying to coach somebody. I looked at them, I was like, yeah, I don't think this is gonna last.
They're gonna eat you alive.
It's like I don't think
Aw.
it's gonna last because it's like the coach because they look like then it's like then it's like I'm triggering an anxiety approach on them a little bit. It's like, oh shit. Like, all right, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's just very simple. Just just go with the flow. Just go with the flow. I will guide you all the way. You'll be fine. And then that allows me to basically get with people When that doesn't work, then it allows me to get with people. I need you to be friendly. Then I can just guide you into the culture a little bit, because it's like you gotta be willing to be cultured and be willing to be with understanding of different things. Because when you stuck in your ways, bro, that's the hardest part. Though, is to date somebody who is unwilling to learn other people's culture,
Yeah.
unwilling. And I like, to me, I'm different. Like, I'm different than most people. I just find it very odd that you would date somebody for a year, 6 months, 3 months, 4 months, or whatever, or however long you with them, and yet not try to learn anything about their culture. Are they
But
just
that,
what does that mean though?
like, yes, I understand. Like, I completely agree with what you're saying. But I have also experienced firsthand being in a relationship with somebody for 10 years and only having met their family 3 times. So in that case, like, what? It's normal to not get invested in their in cultural whatevers if you don't expect to be invested in that person's family. And that's really what it comes down to. Do you see yourself as a part of our family? If so, then I would think that you would want to learn so that you can connect with the family, right?
Yeah,
That's my perception of it. If you don't, yeah, then continue to stand on the outside because it won't make a difference, right?
I guess. Is that is